a pretty decent setup with DK. You can consider going for an early point in Dragon Tail if Mirana is running into gank. So you stun, and he shoots his arrow, and you get an easy kill onto the Razor. But that lane is going to be quite favored by Razor. Razor should be able to have an upper hand in the 1v1 matchup. So DK might need a hand from the Mirana roaming in to set up a kill so that DK will be able to far much better, or maybe even take the tower with the kill.
I gotta ask, man, why Rubik? Of all the heroes?
They have a lot of good spells to steal, if you ask me. I would love to steal Disruption from SD and make my own Morphling Illusions. And you have the Null Field against all the spell damage. They have a lot of spell damage from Luna, Bat Rider.
Prepare for battle.
It's good setup for the arrow, good setup for the Dragon Knight as well. And I know he loves to play the hero apart from the Lion.
Hero with the most magic or pure damage
Yep.
by 25 minutes.
But it still seems rather strange. Like Lion may be the much more stable pick to have the Hex and the Mana Drain to remove the illusions, but 011 they're going to be scouted up by Chuan, breaking his smoke, not allowing him to place that very important ward. But is this going to be the bait? They see 011 running away, but his team is smoking in from the side. Oh, but there is a ward there. They might have seen the rotation because the smoke just ended. Yep, they know. They know what's up. Do they? Okay, they don't know.
Move. They get the disruption off, they've got the follow-up, they're getting the stun off, old random, they get the leash off as well. This is going to be plenty of damage. He sprays out some fire, but that is his last breath. Old Chicken getting the first blood for himself.
Wait, I thought they saw him. Like, everyone was running away, but the DK walked in. I don't know, man. I thought they saw him. Maybe they didn't.
No one saw me change my kill prediction after that first blood. Whoops.
That is bad. First blood to the Razor. I mean, this lane is just gonna... It's already a tough lane for DK, and now it's just gonna be even harder
The
with
battle
the first
begins.
blood. Going to Old Chicken there. So it is
a great conductor.
Shadow Demon Ogre with the Luna going towards the bottom lane, so they might be thinking that Newbee are trying to contest their lane with the Mirana, so they are trying to dodge the lane. And Newbee is also trying to move their carry towards the top lane. Musical
So
lanes.
everyone just kind of being like, I don't want to fight them, I don't want to do that, let's change it up. And well, no one's going to be meeting each other head on. We're just going to have Moo coming in. Again, a static link doing so much work. Look at Old Chicken just dapping him up. Going to be getting himself some extra damage.
Good luck, bro.
This guy's now hitting with literally 20. He is worse than Techies. It's just saying a lot, man.
This lane setup would... Maybe this setup is probably a little better for Ehome. Because Bat Rider can just push out the lane in jungle. I mean, I guess Kaipi is also doing the same thing. He's just using his arrow in the jungle. It's gonna come down to whether the Mirana is gonna be able to get any successful arrows and create kill opportunities elsewhere. Bottom lane with the Rubik, maybe they can kill the Shadow Demon or the Luna. If Rubik gets a couple of levels, say level 3, and he has 2 points in Fate Bolt, they have enough damage to finish off a hero when they land an arrow. Mid lane, because it's going to be extremely Razor favored right now, I'm not sure if there's going to be any opportunity for the Mirana to set up a kill here.
I mean, do you think Moo's going to be able to get what he needs to out of the lane, or will Razor eventually force him out, starved and huddled over?
He's gonna... I mean, he's still gonna get some farm with the spam of Breathe Fire. He's not gonna be completely getting 0 farm, but Razor is just gonna be getting the bigger share of the pie here in the mid lane.
Going back in, we're going to have Old Land and just bopping up the Morphling, but...
The strongest hero. The strongest hero in the first 5 minutes of the game. Like, no one is gonna be able to fight him. 8 armor, 4 HP regen, oh god.
Yeah, 4.3, he is just... he's perma-tangoed right now.
You just don't want to fight. Like, this guy is just gonna be a nuisance in the first 5 minutes of the game. Like, you pick the hero just so you can do this. You stabilize your lanes, and then later into the game, you're just gonna buff your carries with Bloodlust. That's like the biggest reason you pick the hero in the late game. The Bloodlust is very, very strong, and the Aghanim is always a dream. People always tell me, oh, you pick Ogre. At some point, you're gonna get the Aghanims and you're gonna destroy the enemy. Yeah, but it always never happens. It's just a dream.
Alright, Old Chicken once again going in. That leash getting 77 damage now. He's going in, prioritizing that, popping the second point in. So, I mean, like you mentioned, Moo using the freeze.
How? Top lane. He has 5
Radiant's
stacks
top
of
tower
sticky
is
napalm
under
on him. He has
attack.
13 magic wand charges.
Oh, but the Oracle able to go through, bust him up. This old Lanham is going to be able to go through, end up popping him down. That's going to be a very, very
Nope.
good conflict. No! They're going to turn it around onto the Ogre.
Wait, he did not continue. He did not use his napalm. Like, he lost the stacks of napalm on the Morphling. Otherwise, he could have maybe gone for that kill. And if he got that kill, he traded the support for it. It would have been worth it. But in the end, not using his napalm in time, so he didn't get the additional stack onto it.
Oh man, it's
Radiant's
looking
bottom tower is under
kind of
attack.
quirky now. All around the map, we are going to have Ice Heaven pretty deep there. No important waves means there's a little chip damage onto the bottom tower, but Chuan doing a decent job as the Ruther's holding this. I say that caster's curse as he'll be the jump to back up. The Lucian people hold him in place. He's going to tunnel his way through the trees. He goes for the lift. He builds himself a bridge out of Shadow Demon's corpse, but Lucian people still end up popping. He's going to be getting away just barely. The arrow comes in. Fenrir going to be the one to lose his life, and somehow Chuan is still alive. That telekinesis up and stroll underneath absolutely saved his life.
The Ogre managed to set up a kill onto the Dragon Knight as well. This Dragon Knight has not been able to catch a break, and so far only having 6 CS, so he's gonna have a very, very tough time. And that's the reason why you get Wind Lace. Wind Lace is a really good item, saving Chuan there, giving that extra bit of move speed for him to be able to get out of trouble at the bottom lane.
Alright, so Morphling sitting back, getting a decent amount of farm for himself, but who's your real hero right now? Oh god, hold that thought as move. Is going to be getting up. And going in. There's going to be the Dragon Tail to come back in, but Lana, he's still sitting there. There's going to be the Plasma Soul coming back in. Oh, golly gee. That is once again a dead DK. 2-0-1. Oh, old chicken right now. Can he be stopped? He's huge. He's electric. And he's just going forward.
And the Dragon Knight pick once again not working for Newbee. Like this hero,
Radiant's middle tower
I mean, what's
is
their
under attack.
big objective with the Dragon Knight pick? Because with the Drow Ranger, they can get a lot of push when they fight the Dragon form, but right now...
It's like rather strange if they pick the Dragon Knight without like a pushing lineup. They just pick him as a mid hero that can, somewhat scale, you have a stun, you can push towers. But right now you see why teams don't really pick the hero. Like, you can get easily abused in a lane by a range hero like this. And if you don't get a good start, he's like Viper, if you don't get a good start, the hero doesn't do much later.
He's going to be strolling on in, but little does he know, there's going to be his favorite buddy waiting in the trees.
Little does he know that a party is going to greet him soon.
Yeah, they're going in. Meanwhile, up top, we are going to have the Bat Rider getting some decent levels for himself. Almost finding his lasso at level 6, but I mean, it's all going to be down to can Moon get anything done. Now, here's the situation. If Morphling just gets a lot of farm and left alone and able to do whatever he wants, does it matter that the Dragon Knight's just getting pummeled on?
Yeah, but then Dragon Knight won't be able to contribute as much. And if you look at Morphling now, he's left alone at top, and he can't really farm against the Bat Rider.
Oh, down bottom, there's going to be a deep dive in. They look at the sun up to one. There's going to be disruption up, and they've got enough damage. Ice going in. There's going to be a little Faithful popping around.
This is not looking good for Newbee. Their early game is just getting overrun by Ehome. All their lanes are doing very badly. Top of lane Morphling's not farming well. Dragon Knight is just not getting much from in mid lane and bottom lane. Right now, Ehome getting the kills and pulling this Luna even further ahead. Top on the CS chart with the Razor. This is looking real bad for Newbee right now. Ehome dominating all the lanes with this roaming Ogre.
Alright, so Moo coming back through. I mean, he's slowly but surely working his way up, but he's not getting a lot in terms of last hits. I mean, this jungling Mirana's got more than
and
him
what
at
is
this
the
point.
Mirana supposed to do right now? Like, he can't set up any kills in the lanes because they have lost all their lanes. What is he meant to do?
Well, smoke up, I guess, is going to be the option. Look
Okay,
at the wraparound
011.
up top.
This is a kill if they get the lift on him. Or they land an arrow first somehow.
I mean, they're going to be investing a lot of resources there, and Bat Rider just skitters back.
Away. This is bad.
Is this just Newbee kind of, it's a long day, they're feeling tired, they're falling apart at the seams, or is this just Ehome playing so crisp?
And Ehome understands that right now the only lane that they can kill is the Bat Rider, and he's playing very, very safe. They even dropped a sentry rod behind and previously scanned the jungle as well. They are reading Newbee like a book right now. They know what they're doing.
Chuan going in very, very deep. They know the telekinesis is the key to start this off. There is going to be the ping exactly where he's at. But Bat Rider gets the read there. They're pinging out. They know what's going on. And it seems like they're bringing in enough resources that Ehome might be able to take this in their favor. Shadow Demon coming in to get the disruption off onto the Morphling. They're going to be going in. Oh my golly gee. How trying to morph strength is always worth it. Old Lemon coming back in. The waveform coming out. Now, there is going to be the level 6 onto the Bat Rider, but he doesn't pick up the lasso. There will be the arrow snapping at Old Lanham, but either way, Ehome were the ones that got rotated on. Ehome were the ones that drove back Newbee. They're not hurting whatsoever, and Razor was farming that entire time.
Yeah, they can't really fight with the Luna popping her level 7 and she has ultimate up. Like, Ehome is just
Radiant's
way
middle
superior in
tower
terms of
is
team
under
fight.
attack.
Ehome won their lanes, they have better team fight. Bad Rider's gonna get his win.
Oh, Chicken? I don't think he's big enough to fight on the 3 heroes, but...
He's not afraid.
Oh, look at the damage. He's going to be going down. Oh, one more hit. Is it going to be enough? He's going to be going in.
Oh, the cloak. He has a cloak allowing him to survive, and the infused raindrop blocks so much of that spell damage here. And here comes 11. Revenge for his teammates.
Oh, they go in off the battlefield. Ehome.
Don't bully my friend, says 11, and he punishes Newbee for their
Radiant's top
insolence,
tower
trying
is
to
under
kill the
attack.
Razor, which is... He was so
Dire's middle
damn
tower
tanky. He
is
had the
under
cloak
attack.
and the infused raindrop.
And now he
Radiant's
picks up the Hood of
structures are
Defiance,
fortified.
completed along with his boots, along with the Wraith Band at
what-
8 minutes in.
What is Newbee gonna do to kill him? Like, right now,
Radiant's top tower has
majority of the
fallen.
damage is just spell. They don't have much physical damage.
I mean, we saw Razor literally go into 3 heroes, busting spells on him, and they couldn't do crap.
That's why when you have 200 gold, get a infused raindrop, you know, when you have a slot. Do not miss out on that item. That item is just so damn good right now.
Winter tips right there.
Cheap item, free MMR if you get that item.
Alright, so Shadow Demon sitting down bottom. He himself is getting a little bit farmed up. I mean, he's got himself his infused raindrops, taking a note out of Winter's notebook, and his little boots, and flying in some observer wards. But
Damn. Oh. Okay.
alright, that's something.
He got caught up by the Rubik Lift into the Dragonite stun and is going down there, but this Dragonite is not gonna be able to like pressure a tower. Like when you're playing against Dragonite as a mid hero, you should always constantly stay in the lane so you don't allow him to get your tower.
Meanwhile, down bottom, Shadow Demon 1v1ing the Morphling and forcing the Morphling back.
Not something you hear all the time, you know. The support forcing the carry back.
Yeah, I mean, it's
This is not good.
Dire's
All
middle
11
tower
here.
is under attack.
Yes, 1 skill point save. Actually 2 skill point save, yes. He's level 8. 3 in Napalm, 3 in Firefly. Pondering whether he wants to get a point in Flame Break and Lasso if he needed more flame here. In danger of a gank. Disruption.
He's going to be going when he starts off the party. It's going to be done to follow up from Old Lanham. They also have the last from Old Lanham. They want to go in there. It's going to be no blink on the Batrider. And with KP coming in, they can opt to stun him instead. There's going to be the last coming out. Old Lanham switching targets. They should still be able to find some blood off of this, but Oracle coming in, saving his teammates. Either way, mid lane, that Tusky Dragonite left all to his lonesome. Eclipse just dropped down finally. Plasma Field from Razor seals the deal.
You are dead.
Arrow not gonna land, but Dragonite.
Yeah, Dick. Poor buddy. Leave it into the trees if he sits by his lonesome and
Okay,
contemplate
this
death.
game is just getting out of control. Like Newbee are just not getting a break. I think this is the problem with the last pick Rubik here. I'm not sure what they can do with the Mirana of position 3. They're not
Radiant's
getting
middle
enough
tower
done.
has
That's why I was
fallen.
sorry, not the last pick Rubik, the last pick Morphling, right?
Oh, Razor. For Ehome? Or was Rubik?
Oh yeah, last pick Rubik for Newbee. I just didn't expect the Mirana to be on a core position this game with how they set up their first few picks. Now they're getting run over, and if they had a fight, it's much easier for them to take the team fight to have a chance to come back into the game. But right now they do not have any big AoE team fights, and Ehome having the Luna Eclipse and the initiation from Lasso, it's much easier for them to take a team fight. And 11, he goes for the Aether Lance first this game instead of the Blink. You see this a lot when Bat Riders are playing against Oracle. You don't go for the Blink because you always get countered by False Promise, but
Dire.
Olam,
They use scan, he knows there's going to be a TP out, and he's going to get lifted up. They're not going to find the Mercy Killer onto the Ogre. It takes him everything they've got, a 4-hero rotation. There's no eventual
alright,
kill.
it's not an important kill, but for Newbee's position, they're gonna be happy with whatever they get right now. But as I was saying, like, they needed a team fight hero, but they chose to go for a Mirana offlane, which is not working out at all for them. So they're not gonna be able to take team fights against Ehome for a long period of time until they get BKBs on their heroes, which
Okay, Fenrir goes in. They're gonna get the disruption off. Morphling wanted to be aggressive here, but he's sorely gonna regret that. They go in. They've got Morphling illusion for days. There will be the Moonlight Shadow coming back out. It's all the most heroes rotated, but Chicken, he's got so much extra damage. He's hasted up. He can just book it out of this fight. And now that's gonna be Ehome just sitting back and farming.
This Razor is just a huge menace right now. He went for 4 points in unstable current. No points in ultimate, has a hood, has a boots of travel. Oh gosh, he's so speedy.
Oh, 11 down bottom. Look at the last one. It's already going to get stunned up by Moo. So that on Flying Dragon action. There is some Starstorm coming down. The Breathe Fire does secure the kill. So Ehome may be getting a little bit overzealous right here, but old Chicken comes in, ready to just grind up and get some more kills for himself, sitting 3-0-4. Boots of Travel is completed already.
Yep, he's waiting for the Ogre to come in. They need a stun. Ogre, can he get it in range?
No, he's not able to do so.
Wind Lace and Bloodlust, still not enough speed for him to get into position to
Could
get
they have
that
caught the
stun.
Lucid Beam? It seems like that was in range.
Still too far though, I'm not sure. But they didn't get the kill, he got the TP out. Top lane Fenrir here, hiding in the trees. Maybe he's waiting for a teammate to TP in so he can set up a kill onto the Rubik here. Okay, Bad Rider's coming in.
They're going to be going in and start things up with the Purge, holding him in place. It will be the steal though. That could be different. It was back up. They will be able to go through. Fenrir going to take the Purge now, but he's completely fine. That's going to be a very, very tight one. Burning up in the fire. Good by Golden Rubik. And now down bottom there is going to be Moose done up by the Ogre Magi. They are going to bring an Ice Fist as well. The Eclipse flying out of there. They are able to go through, but the Oracle will get the save on to for now. But it looks like Oracle may give his life for that. Either way, Ehome exercising some restraint. They got a kill. They got what they wanted. They forced rotations. They're not going to get too greedy here. It seems like the later this goes, the more it's going to favor Ehome, so they don't have to get too YOLO.
Yeah, their late game is just much more scary with the SP plus Luna, and morphing without much farm is also not too scary for Ehome.
Radiant's
And
bottom
they have a
tower
very
is under
huge
attack.
Razor as well on top of the huge Luna, so Ehome definitely very, very content in their position in the game right now.
Yeah, I mean, we look at the draft of
Radiant's
Ehome, and
bottom
obviously you
tower
see a
has
Luna, you see heroes like the Bat Rider, you know they're going to scale up very efficiently into the late game. When was Newbee hoping their power spike was going to be?
Radiant's middle tower is under
I don't
attack.
think they expected the lanes to go this bad on top lane.
They're going to go in, but they do have the boost of travel on the Razor. He's going to join the party. Look at the last one for the How. It looks like How is getting all his damage stolen. He's waveforming away, but it's not going to be far enough. They are going to bring in Stun there. Moo is going to go through. They will get the Moonlight Shadow going back in. And Razor actually in a bit of trouble. He's going to be doing a lot of damage there, but his health pool not exactly fantastic. Old Levin going to get Napalm up and stolen. Napalm is ripping up the shot. Old Levin, chicken. He's stunned up. He's going to get disrupted up by his buddy. It looks like Casey could be in the trouble. Over. He comes in. He's stomping around, and somehow Old Chicken's still alive, still doing damage. He's got his storm riding through, and it looks like the kill on the room. They don't really have any mana left with Old Levin to get something done, but the Shadow Poison might be enough. The Shadow Poison coming back on in. Razor clean up field. It's just on the two. Morphling though, respawning, coming back in, taking a stun from the Ogre Magi, and Old Chicken just doing what he can. Able to get Oracle going in. He's going to go get the Purge on the two, and Fenrir, over the first life, getting sealed up there. No. Oh, that's gonna be too bad. Or just one. As Old Man is gonna get the stun off.
This hood of defiance on Old Chicken has been doing wonders for him in the team
Radiant's
fights,
top
constantly
tower
keeping
is
him
under
barely
attack.
alive in the team fights. Man, this is just such a good pickup for the hero this game. Very good selection by Old Chicken.
Old Man, I mean, he's gone down 3 times, which is, I mean, compared to the rest of his team's record, a lot, but him being the sacrificial lamb is completely fine because he's still getting what he needs to out of this. He's going to pick up a 4-step very shortly.
Yeah, he just needs to make sure that the cores don't die and just give them bloodlust, buy wards. It's not that important that if he constantly stays alive, as long as the cores are alive and they are able to constantly scale, stack ancients and farm the Luna up, and they go into a late game with a very big Luna and a Shadow Demon. It's very, very difficult for Newbee to deal with that.
And Razor picking himself up what appears to be the makings of a BKB. I mean, could be a funky way to build Aghanims, but I really doubt he's going to go for that. Do you think we're going to see a Sanj Nyasha build on him?
Didn't he go for Dragonlance?
Oh, there he goes. Yeah, I fixed up the rest of it.
I was like a bit confused. I'm like,
Yeah, Annie's tired. Ignore me.
I mean, SMY after this is
Smoke
still...
pop. They're gonna run into Newbee. People the Eclipse up there. It's gonna be the arrow to connect on her. Looks like she could be dead, but they are gonna go in with a disruption point back on him. They do bring the Open Magi. Unfortunately, this is a little bit of a whole fight. He starts to little bit towards the lasso, and they're gonna bring Old Chicken. He is able to get the leash off onto Moo. Not exactly the most crucial damage target, but they should still be able to get the bat down nonetheless. KP on the high ground, getting to the next target, trying to walk away, but stuck between a rock and a hard place. Able to leap to safety, but Old Chicken is so fast coming at you, and looks like one more plasma field will get the job done. He doesn't even need to use it. He's just whipping you down there. Static Link to the rescue, and Old Chicken has dominating. He still hasn't died this game.
This Razor is just so strong at this stage of the game. And even after the Dragonlance, it's still a really good option to continue to build into more stats, SMY. So he moves faster, can keep chasing his target. I mean, this Razor is just out of control right now. Their heroes are not well equipped to deal with a Razor this farm into the 18 minutes into the game.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Newbee and you've got the Razor and the Luna in front of you and a nice tasty buffet, like who do you even go on? It seems like there's just too many priority targets on Ehome.
Yeah, and they don't even have enough damage because Razor went for an early hood. That hood is just causing so much problems for Newbee trying to take down the Razor. Just a very good, excellent item selection there by Old Chicken. So Newbee needs to farm a lot more physical damage to deal with the Razor, which is not going to come anytime near.
Oh, and Luna is going to take the enemy Ancient stack, so there's not even a comeback mechanism for the Morphling.
Yeah, Dragonite has just completed a Shadow Blade though, so this might be the tool to help them get a few crucial pickoffs and help them come back into the game. But the deep boards there placed by Ehome is going to scout out the fact that Moo has his Shadow Blade ready. So they're going to be able to place sentries and thus...
The warding from Ehome has been completely on point here. Now they're going for the wraparound. How? It's going to be zip zap attack. They should be able to get him and get the stuns out. They get the lead shot. It's going to be morphing strength. But I don't think there's much I can do about that. The moment comes up, they still know exactly where he is. Courtesy of the leash. They know everyone else is joining the party. Old Chicken gets stunned up. Respower connection like him. He's going to get bloodlusted up. Look at the close to hold him up. He might be going down here. He's getting low, but again, the hood. Just doing so much work. He's still got our HP. Old 11. Gotta pay the price for his teammate Freeze, but still able to survive. And it should still end up favoring Ehome unless they lose more and more heroes here. The Luna slowly but surely making her way into the fight. She's got her Eclipse in 1 second. She wants to go back in. Ready to drop her low. And that's going to be an Eclipse here. Pushing him down. Oh my, this is Ehome just walking on Newbee.
Man, he really should stop using Purifying Flames on the Razor.
Yeah,
it's like because it's not dealing as much damage as it should be because of the foot, but it's still giving him the same amount of heal. So in multiple occasions the heal has been saving the Razor, and he really should not use it unless he can use it to get the kill on the Razor.
I mean, they're going in, KP getting healed up by the Purifying Flames. The arrow going to come in, just connecting onto an illusion, but I mean, these illusions are so tanky and they're doing so much damage.
This is not looking good again for Newbee. Once again, after getting that one pick off there, but losing the Dragonite at the end because he stayed behind to farm, got solo Eclipse, and with the Dragonite down, Ehome were able to get another tower.
I mean, can Morphling ever come back from this? Assuming for the rest of the game he's left on his own to farm and beef up and do whatever he likes, is he going to get big enough to contest the Razor and the Luna?
I mean, he can. Like, Morphing is very similar to like how a Juggernaut plays when you have Blink, Battle Fury. You want to constantly push out the lane, split push, and you move around with your Replicate, and you want to force them to go back and defend. They don't have too much reliable lockdown for Morphling. If you look at Ehome's lineup, they have the Lasso and the stun from the Ogre. That's about it. Not very good lockdowns for a hero like Morphling. You now have the Lincoln, so it's going to be much more difficult for the Bear either to Lasso you without a force staff or use to break the Lincolns. So I would say that there's still hope for the Morphling to get big enough to force Ehome back constantly and not allowing them to 5-man and to drag out the game long enough for him to be able to carry it alone.
I like this decision from Ehome. They go, they smoke up, they ping up the top lane like, hey, should we contest the tier 1?
Nope.
Nah, open tier 3s, dude. With the Shadow Demon Luna, they're able to bounce around those blades, and they should be able to very easily clean up the structures. They're the ones forcing the rotation stack. Arrow coming through, not going to take on anyone. Meanwhile, that right able to go through, get a nice juicy target, lifted up in the air, but move. Now finding himself victim to Old Venom's leash, and there will be the Well, the end of the fight coming out here is Moo. He's just going to be ambling around under the Moonlight Shadow looking for something, but on the back line, he's got more and more Luna joining the party. There's going to be a Dragon Tail on Old Chicken. He gets stuck with his arrow as well. But the follow-up's not there, man. Look at that multi-gas on. He's eating some dirt. And now there's going to be a billion ices driven away onto the structures. And a whole losing theme there to follow up. One more hit means that's what Dragonite we could see as GG territory right now. DK dead for 45 seconds. A lane of rocks cleaned up in 22 minutes. And this Razor seems like he's just stronger than ever.
Yeah, they just managed to keep their tanks very, very well. They get the Manta. They siege when they got the Manta on the Luna, and a Shadow Demon already has 4 points into Disruption. So they have all they need to facilitate the push, despite not having a mech because they don't really have a good hero to build. I mean, you used to build mech on Razor, but not anymore nowadays, so we don't see that from Old Chicken. But overall, they were able to take Rax without having those items because of the lead they have right now. And the Disruption Illusions just allow them to siege safely without too much risk. And Roshan will be the next big priority right now for Ehome before they go for the next siege. And we'll see what Newbee can actually farm up in the meantime. They're gonna have, okay, they have the Aghanims up on the Mirana, that's gonna help them. But Morphling is not big enough yet. He needs to be able to get that E-Blade, so if he snipes someone right away from the fight, he might be able to stop or deter Ehome from pushing.
This road should go down pretty quickly. They're gonna multicast everyone. They're hitting hard, they're hitting fast. Old Chicken is double damaged up, which I mean, you can't really see on the Razor because he already glowing blue and electric, but either way, it's going to be very quick, and if Newbee know what's going on, they cannot step foot in the pit.
I mean, oh, you have 11 and much more careful with his initiations. The last time he went in very, very quickly when he saw an opening on the Oracle, but he got punished. I mean, they just need to siege with the illusions, and everyone else just needs to stand behind and wait for the best opportunity for him to blink and lasso. He really wants to get the Oracle. Because if he doesn't get the Oracle, then he can't really lasso any other targets because of the False Promise.
Dire's middle tower is under
So Old
attack.
Chicken actually going for a much more expensive stats item than I suggested. He's going for the Skadi instead of the SNY.
Morphling just sitting back again. Does have the replicate. And we'll be hopping back right now.
He's fine. He desperately wants to get his E-Blade. He needs the E-Blade to be able to snipe one hero to stop the push, but not going to have the time to farm it. That's unfortunate for him. Like Old Chicken is gonna put some travel into his team fairly soon.
Going into the Alpha Wolf right now, and this tower might not be long for this world. He's not moving with the Dragon Form at the ready. He's gonna get dragged up there. Oracle able to purge off the lasso, so saving his life for now, but that means that Oracle is gonna be just a little bit weaker going forward in the fights. Bottom's gonna eat an arrow. That seems like the fight stalled out a little bit for now, with Moonlight Shadow expiring. And Ehome are just going to slow siege this again with Old Chicken here. He's got himself the makings of a Scotty. He is hit so hard right now. And look at KP just getting blasted out from those Glade Fountain. This tier 3 should end up going down with the next wave of push and move. Taking serious damage. He's going to get credit for pulling that tower. Just coming back up. Ow! It's some serious trouble. Napalm stack for days. Killed up the Oracle, but how much work can he really do? The waveform back in, Ice, in some trouble, has the Aegis at the ready of adversary, and now he goes up, still blasted down Ogre, doing that magic damage, and looks like the Morphling. Gonna be Morphling stirring, so he'll end up falling, but these are 5,000 of Morphling, and he's spent up Swan, dropping down to the unstoppable streak of the Razor, 6-0-11, and the GG comes out in favor of Ehome once again.
Man, this game, I gotta say, the hood pickup almost single-handedly won Ehome again. That was such an amazing item selection by the Razor, not something you see so often. He went for first item hood after bottle hoods. That was just amazing, like, understanding by Old Chicken. That majority of the newbies' damage came from spell. They lost their lanes. They are not able to get any physical damage items. Everyone is far behind. I get a hood, I'm going to survive everything, and I'm just going to be able to single-handedly steamroll them throughout the game.
Alright, so definitely unbelievable performance from Ehome. Shout out to Old Chicken, man. That was just mid-winning the game.